Hello YouTube, what's up? Robert the Coroner Drap here with my buddy Corey the Bearded Viking. And we're just going to throw together a podcast now because, fuck it, why not? We're bored. Because that's always an awesome reason to do it, isn't it?
It is.
I had talked over with you the idea of doing this this podcast as the Bearded Vikings, and I figure this will be good, you know, just kind of a good pilot episode, kind of get out what we're thinking and expecting for the show to be. On my end, I'd have to say that I kind of want to talk about not just wrestling, which I do on my own, and kind of having somebody bounce ideas.
I feel like I'm being interviewed right now.
Yeah, you kind of are, aren't you?
Yeah.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
You're a celebrity.
I do terrible at interviews.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
I'm probably going to end up taking my shirt off at some point.
That's for the patrons. That's for the patrons. Which, for the non-existent Patreon page I have. But, no, I mean, like, we'll talk about anything that really comes up. And in fact, fuck it, why don't start with something that's been all over not only Facebook news, but over the TV a little bit today.
Television?
Yeah, I try not to watch too much.
I just don't.
Yeah, but the fact that NASA found those seven planets, you heard about it?
I heard about it. I haven't had a chance to read that article yet, though.
Okay, well, for you and for those of you who may not have heard and are watching this video, the way that NASA has done it, they've actually sent the satellites out there, and 39 light years from here, there are up to 7 planets with habitable conditions, which means they could sustain life. A few of them are, most of them are tidally locked, which means you won't get a good like ocean effect, but there's going to be day on one side, night on the other. Kind of like our moon is very stuck where it is.
Yeah.
The thing is it would take hundreds of thousands of years currently with the technology that we possess to get there, because we can't travel at light speed yet. Once we
can. There are tons of television shows. They can do it. If they can do it, we can do it. So, I mean, if it's on TV, it's true, right?
Yeah, that's
a thing, right?
Oh God, that's a thing. We've got faster than light. It's all right. Warp 5, Mr. Sue.
I mean,
you'll be there by
next thing you know, you're going to tell me that Batman isn't real.
Some news for you, buddy.
I fucking quit.
But no, I mean, and to take kind of what you said there a little bit in the serious context, science has already taken a lot of things from science fiction and made it real, so it's not really all that insane to say that maybe in the next 5-10 years they have at light speed travel. So you might be on something.
Sci-fi is awesome.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, why not push the boundaries of what we know and create something?
Shout out to the nerds.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And
D&D for life.
Thank you for saying that. That helps a lot, because the next topic we can talk about is the fact that would you play a D&D based game from, let's say, Wizards of the Coast, because they're the motherfuckers who own the licensing and they're gonna milk that thing till it doesn't have tits anymore. Cover your chests.
Or don't.
Up to you.
I'd rather you expose. Hey, be quiet, wife. I'm trying to see tits.
But my camera woman is his wife, by the way. Just throw that out there so we don't have anybody going, who the fuck is he talking to? Just gonna throw that out, because she said she didn't want to be on camera. And it's like, okay, I understand that's fine. But no, the reason I bring that up, the D&D thing up, is because there is actually a VR game in production.
VR?
For Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay, that's fucking badass.
Yeah, I mean, I saw the news article today, and I'm like, oh, they're trying to build this. And I didn't take the the article any further because I was in the middle of searching for some other things.
Porn.
No, actually, I was searching for the Fastlane match card because it fucking doesn't exist, so I might as well. God, we'll get into that here in a minute. But no, the only problem I've ever had with D&D is the fact that you can't really do it in any other form than a memorial. It has to be, get 5-10 people online, go do a dungeon, go do a raid, go do a storyline, and that's fine. The problem that I feel that plagues all adventure games is that a real live, D&D session has more organic to it, don't it? I mean,
it does. Especially when you don't take it seriously, or when you get drunk while you're playing.
Oh God, we had one session. And were you there for this when we went on the bar crawl at Cards and Comics?
I was there at the beginning, but her sister ended up going to the hospital, so I left early.
Oh, it became a full-on you are on LSD trip. That is how bad it got. It got really bad. We had, and
yeah, I heard it got really.
It got really raunchy, and I mean.
Was that the one where it was like at the end that was a dream?
Yeah, it was basically at the end of that session. It had been that we had been drugged, and it was all a trip.
Oh yeah, I wasn't there.
And fun fact,
the dream one was when we ended up going into Halloween Town.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and the mummy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the mummy touched my dick and made it all nasty.
It's hard to keep your hands off it.
It is.
It really is. Not on YouTube. We're on YouTube, damn it! We can say fuck, but you can't touch your dick on YouTube.
Well, I mean, I can as long as my hand doesn't go in my pants or it doesn't come out.
I don't want to fuck with YouTube's content ID system. I don't want them flagging this video because, yeah, we can say fuck 23 times in a video. Fun fact, I'm not actually counting.
It's been 4.
Thank you! This is why.
Fuck.
Got there!
I'm too full for this shit.
Ply them with food, folks. That's how you get him to do anything. Anyway, but having that original component, that organic component to a campaign, I feel makes it a wonderful thing. It makes it better. You cannot have that in a game because unfortunately it has to be procedurally generated. You have to have somebody who's okay, well, this is what you have to do and you can't go any farther outside the lines than this. When in a D&D campaign, yeah, you may be going to dinner with the king, but the entire royal court can be murdered by the party just cuz.
I think I did that once.
I saw it on Knights of the Kitchen Table. It's a wonderful comic. It's hilarious.
And then there was another time where my party was invited to this dude's place. It was a lord of some sort, and I didn't trust the dude because he was too nice. So when everyone went to rest for the night, he approached me and was like, "Hey man, why aren't you, accepting my hospitality?" And I was like, to be totally honest with you, I don't trust you. And then the DM said to roll for initiative.
Yeah, those two words, roll for initiative, always it's like, oh, well, okay, we're going there now.
Yeah, and then whenever the other guys got up, because I, in game, screamed, wake up, he's attacking me. They got up and they were fatigued because they were poisoned with the food. And the bed, for some reason, wouldn't let them get sleep, so they didn't recover any HP.
Oh, that's awesome.
Or spell slots, or,
That's awesome. That's great.
Yeah.
Well, but like I said, and the other problem with having a D&D game is the fact that so many people play WoW. I mean, it is not even funny how many people play World of Warcraft.
Tried it and I couldn't get into it.
I'm trying to. I'm going to attempt for a second time to get into Final Fantasy Heavensward, because I'm going to play this little midget race called the Lalafell.
The Lalafell?
The Lalafell. And I'm gonna be like DPS. I'm gonna go wreck shit. I'm going to be very dedicated.
Everyone knows that the best class. I forgot where I was going with that.
The look on her face is like, what the fuck did you even start that sentence for? This is great. I love every minute of this film.
That's like my permanent facial expression with him, though. Like, he starts talking, and I'm like, where is this going to go? Oh, nowhere again.
Oops, we got lost.
It's accurate.
It happens.
A lot.
But, okay, now the fun part. The part I tried to...
Where we wrestle each other?
Oh.
And I destroy you?
No.
No?
We're a tag team.
I mean, tag teams eventually go up against each other. I mean, look at the Brothers of Destruction.
Fucking DIY. Dude, DIY's match. I right before I canceled it, I tried to watch that match. I didn't get to watch it all. But Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa.
Yeah, I don't know who any of those people are.
They have legit cred as far as wrestling goes. They've been in the business for a very long time. They were in New Japan. They were in these other promotions, and they went against each other, and it was amazing. But, yeah, like I said, go watch it when you get a minute.
Don't tell me how to live my life.
I will. I will keep doing this because we gotta get you in. Now we get to go to
No guitars.
I know. We get to go to the match card for the upcoming in a week. They've got one more Raw, but after next week is WWE Fastlane, the last singularly branded pay-per-view before WrestleMania, which I am going to watch. Well, Bill Goldberg's going to be on it.
Yeah, he's going to wreck shop again.
I did a video on my own where I was like, this is how this needs to be booked, but I'll say it again.
Was there even a Money in the Bank match this year? Or
Not yet. Not yet.
Or is that coming up?
It's coming up. It's going to be SmackDown. SmackDown only.
Really?
Yeah. And
because I was going to say, most likely what they would probably do is have Goldberg beat Lesnar.
No, not again.
Yeah, probably so.
The way that they're writing it, okay, to go over what has been happening. Obviously, you heard about what happened at Survivor Series because that was inescapable. The salt, the mountains of salt from people, myself included, from that match, were just legendary. And then you had the Royal Rumble, which did you see that?
That was the Survivor Series. That was the one that lasted like a minute, right?
Yeah, minute 25.
That was fucking funny.
Lesnar getting squashed in a minute and 25 is not something that even to this day I'm comfortable with because it was so bad. I mean, you go from...
It was like 4 hits.
I know.
If you count him throwing him into the corner.
Just fucking terrible. We're not going back there. Not going back
Goldberg
there.
is better than Lesnar.
Only because they booked him better.
No, I like.
Here's.
I like Goldberg more than Lesnar. I've always liked Goldberg.
And me too, to an extent. I wouldn't again to give my personal history and my background with the product. I wasn't super involved with wrestling because my parents wouldn't let me watch it because it was on too late.
Lame.
They're like, no, you've got to get this amount of sleep and you got to go to bed at like 8. And I'm like, but I want to watch this show. And they watched it, and then because this was the Attitude Era, you can imagine how that went with them.
Yeah,
get your ass to bed. But my dad watched.
That was when I watched wrestling. During the Attitude Era.
But it was inescapable. You could not get away from Stone Cold, The Rock, Triple H,
Badass Billy
Kane,
or
D-Generation
Mr.
X.
Ass, if you want to go earlier.
Yeah.
Still remember that theme song.
DX.
I'm a nice man.
Fucking Val Venus might as. Okay.
I think he actually was a porn star.
I was gonna say, in this day and age, he would have legit been a porn star. And
Booker T was a porn star.
Don't know. I don't ever want. I did not need to ever know that.
Who
Okay,
was?
Booker T.
Booker T.
We're gonna go.
He's also about to run for mayor of Houston.
He might actually win. That's
Probably
scary.
Would.
Here's actually something real. Brazzers is actually writing and producing and shooting a porn parody of the Montreal Screwjob. Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, Vince McMahon. Bret didn't screw. I didn't screw Bret. Bret screwed Bret. This is going to be a thing. Now, I don't know if they're going to go man on man, man on woman, woman on woman, how they're going to do it.
It's all dudes involved.
You could... Now, here's the thing. No, I can't say that because I was going to say the Brazzers, to give them points for doing justice to the source material, I don't know if you heard about this, where Brazzers made a porn parody of Metal Gear Solid, and it was legit. Like, there were references that made sense to the plot of Metal Gear Solid, Metal Gear 5: Phantom Pain. I don't know.
There was a plot in a porno.
Yeah.
That's the kind of content I look for.
It's true. I've seen her web history.
Seen her web history, motherfucker. You should have been watching with her.
Well, I watch my own porn.
Yeah, we have separate porn tastes. So.
Yeah, mine actually involves having me in it.
That's kind of narcissistic. I always like to watch porn that's not with me in it because
I'm a sexy bitch, so.
I'm not going to argue that. I just don't think that I want to stare at my day-glow white ass. I just don't want to do it.
Well,
I don't want to do that. That's not fun.
Well, like I said, I'm a sexy bitch. And
that you absolutely are, sir.
Yeah.
You absolutely are. But no, I mean, they did the cardboard box joke. They actually did it as a part of the plot, and it kind of worked.
By the way, I never actually played Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah,
so
don't worry about it.
What you're talking about.
Well, it's basically that he always hides in a cardboard box, and they had a piece of cardboard and kind of waddled up to where she was, and
Mike just nods in agreement.
But
it's like yes,
the whole thing, the whole story writing, and the dialogue and the costumes up to a certain point were.
Our costumes really needed for a porno.
Again, the Overwatch one wasn't as close to the material as it could have been, and it suffered for it. Yeah, there was.
Corey, there's porn for everything.
It's Rule 34.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Now that I think about it, Rule 34. Have you seen the Pokemon porn? It's like super creepy.
Dude, yeah, there's freaking
fucking
Pokemon
terrifying.
porn.
I'd rather not think about that right now.
Like with the Pikachu.
No, we're not going to talk about that.
It's fucking terrifying.
I imagine it is.
I couldn't whack it for a week.
I watched it and that was fine. No, I'm kidding.
See? She couldn't whack it for a week either.
Put away the pocket porn. I'm trying to give you a hand job.
have somewhere to be, so continue.
But no, they're going to do this. They're going to do this based on the Montreal Screwjob. So I think that's interesting at the very least.
I forgot what we were talking about.
Oh God, we were getting from. We started at fast lane.
No, we're at porn. I like it.
That's what the pod. That's what this is going to be about. Right there.
It's about the porn.
It is.
Not just any porn, but poker porn.
You got me? You got you?
No, thank you.
Oh.
Good job.
Alright, so I'm fat and the chair broke.
We're going to have to fix that later.
Yeah. I really hope a metal rod does not go anywhere near my rectum.
That would be bad. What part did break?
It's the back.
Is this one here?
Oh, that.
I saw it shift.
Yeah, okay. But getting back to the point at hand, we're going to go over the card for WWE Fastlane really quick. First match, Gallows and Anderson versus Enzo and Cass. Personally, I got money on Gallows and Anderson retaining here because they need something to do at WrestleMania. And Enzo and Cass, while Enzo's really good at mic work, they don't ever let him have any offense. So,
I also find him to be really annoying.
well, I think that again, if they let him show his in-ring skills, not just okay, you're going to be the mic man and you're going to be the one getting in trouble.
Kind of like back in the day with Too Cool.
Yeah.
With Scotty Too Hottie. He actually kind of reminds me of Scotty Too Hottie.
Right?
Like at least with the fucking hair.
Yeah.
But at least Scotty Too Hottie could actually hold his own.
Exactly.
At least that's how they wrote it anyway.
Yeah. I mean, Grandmaster Sexay and Scotty Too Hottie could wrestle.
Yeah. They were an amazing tag team too.
Fucking got Rikishi over, even though he fucked them over by not, giving them their credit at the Hall of Fame. But we don't need to talk about that.
And then they kind of ruined Rikishi at the same time when they decided to make him into the bad guy.
Yeah, no.
And run over Stone Cold.
That storyline didn't make any sense, no matter how many.
Not at all.
No matter how many times you watched it.
There was something that was actually supposed to happen. I can't remember what it was, but
it was
that apparently wasn't going over well. So they changed it to Rikishi.
Yeah, it was supposed to. I
think it was supposed to be The Rock.
No, I think it was either The Rock or Triple H, and it would have made sense for Trips because Trips is that big a bastard, and he would have run over Stone Cold. But having The Rock do it, especially with his level of popularity, it would have died. Just no, nobody would have bought it. But
but it was at that point in time they were having that feud where The Rock actually threw Stone Cold's belt into the river and all that. I think it was like 2 weeks after that or something like that.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
Sorry, that was my time.
No, please. So next we have Bayley versus Charlotte Flair.
All right, so we can skip that because no one cares about divas.
They're actually not divas anymore.
Really?
Really, they have a women's championship. They retired the butterfly.
Well, aren't they still counted as the WWE divas?
No, they straight out call them women's champions, women's wrestling. They have
still nobody cares about them.
Well, and to be fair, you're not wrong because of the way that they book it on Raw. But if you watch SmackDown's women, they write damn good storylines. Fucking Mickie James is back.
Yeah, I saw that.
And she's
kind of a cunt.
She's doing damn good work. The Nikki Bella, the Natty feud that had been going on for a while was really good. They had a Falls Count Anywhere match.
You need to bring Paige back. I haven't seen Paige in forever.
She's not coming back.
I know.
It's her own fault. If she came back, she'd be greeted with open arms. They'd give her relevant things to do. They put her on one of the shows, but she wants to be with Del Rio, who, fun fact, is now Alberto Del Patron. Al Patron or El Patron, yeah.
I don't know.
He's
Something
wrestling.
about booze.
He always. He's actually wrestling in House of Glory, and he's I think he won their championship or something.
Didn't they write him to be a shit wrestler in the WWE?
He wrestled like an asshole a lot of the time because he was an asshole, but he got out from underneath his contract because he felt they weren't giving him what he was due, what he was promised, kind of like see what they did with CM Punk. And oh god, there's a thing.
Nobody
on that.
likes fucking CM Punk. Everybody, I've never met a single person that has liked CM Punk.
Hi, Robert the Corner Draft.
I'm sorry you have a poor taste in people.
Actually, okay. Let me clarify that statement. As a person, I don't know him, so I can't say whether or not I like him. His wrestling character, CM Punk, was fun. Because I watched some of his early matches. I mean, one of the first matches I remember, getting to see with him was when he wrestled Gangrel, of all fucking people. I think it was like
a long time
Heat.
ago.
Back when they had a Sunday show that was, worth watching at all for even 5 minutes. And then when he did the Straight Edge Society with Gallows, because fun fact, Luke Gallows has had actually 3 runs in the WWE. Now, he was Festus, a mentally handicapped hillbilly who's only he never had a reaction. He never spoke, never did anything, but drool. And they set him in his.
Slightly remember Festus.
Yeah, he'd be set in the ring. His trigger to fight was the ring bell, and he beat the shit out of people. That was his thing. His second run was with CM Punk in the Straight Edge Society, and now he's part of the club, which has been buried twice by Roman Reigns. Once before they had the championships, and last week. It was fucking crazy.
I still like Roman Reigns. I don't care what people say.
I want to see.
I hate that his finisher is a punch.
No, his finisher is the spear, which is
they're both
fine.
kind of his finishers.
Yeah,
but
no, I mean
a spear. Yeah, you've got quite a few greats that a spear was their finisher, like Edge, Goldberg.
Fucking Edge's spear was Edge's spear. I have to say, best spear. I mean, because of the way he set it up, the way when you saw it coming, he just full tilt, didn't give a shit, bam, right into you, and he was so thin and strong that impact.
And I know back in the day, Rhino's spear was pretty awesome.
Rhino's gore is still fine. Because fun fact, him and Heath Slater were the first SmackDown Tag Team Champions, and they're still around as Beauty and the Man Beast. I actually really like Heath Slater's current gimmick because he's this redneck guy just trying to put shit together to keep his family fed. Because the whole thing with why they won the tag team championships was he was trying to get because they did the drafts, the brand split again, and this time
they need to stop doing that. It's stupid.
Well,
I don't like it.
Here, in this case, it's working. They did the brand split. Heath Slater wasn't drafted by anybody. They just completely ignored him. So he went on this self-promotion campaign for weeks. Listen, I'm available. I'm really good. Put me on your roster, and they would ignore him. And then he'd go out and, you know, grandstand for 5 minutes and get ushered out or get wrecked, and they wouldn't sign him. There was actually one, my favorite one was when he faced down Brock Lesnar. He's like, listen, I really don't want to be here. I know who you are. I know what you can do. You're a legitimately terrifying person. And if I didn't have to be here, I wouldn't be here. But if I don't impress the people in the back, I'm not going to have a job. So please don't kill me. And Brock Lesnar, you know, destroyed him. And Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan were going to give him a contract that night. But because he was so out of it, he's telling, like, Daniel Bryan, Stephanie, you look really good tonight. Mick, thank you for this opportunity. He thought he was on Raw. Just, nope. And their concession at the end of it was, okay, you find a tag team partner. You find anybody who's willing to partner with you, will give you a shot to win your contract if you win the tag team tournament. And it turned out to be Rhino, who hasn't done shit from ECW. And they won the tag team championship, and now they do nothing. So, because American Alpha has the tag team championships, and last night, it was last night. Last night, American Alpha faced off Breezango, beat them in 3 minutes, which is sad because those two guys have talent. And then the Usos come out of the crowd and cut this just gorgeous promo. It was like legit back in the day kind of stuff. But so if you get a chance to watch that. But back to
the card.
Another thing that was on there was Jack Gallagher, the cruiserweight from England.
Yeah.
He is so skinny and so pale, but his character is just
I like his character.
I really do. I love
fun.
I love what Neville's done. Neville's character as King of the Cruiserweights and just this absolute dick is amazing.
I loved him when he was face, though.
He was good as a face. I mean, the guy has talent. He's run with a lot of things, and I think that
honestly, the Cruiserweight division is probably my favorite division.
Yeah.
I love seeing the whole high-flying shit. I
Tozawa,
miss the Hardy Boys.
Freaking Kira Tozawa coming out, finally. I want to see him court hard. 3 people. They need to court Hideo Itami really hard, because having him in there and building the division around him and the next person I'm going to mention would make a division just amazing, and it would make everybody pop back in. And bring in, everybody have storyline. Let Kalisto or Rey Mysterio in there and build the division around them, because both of those guys are pretty much the same people anyway in character standpoint, because they built Kalisto to be Rey Mysterio 3.0.
Yeah.
Why not run with it? And the third that they need to court really hard, the fucking Hardys. Oh my God! Could you see broken Matt Hardy going after the Alphas of America in the quest for gold?
That would be awesome.
Them coming in to face the Day of New, to face you can't really change the club.
I mean, I'm not super huge into Matt Hardy's character right now, but it's still really interesting.
He doesn't turn it off. That's the best part, is because he doesn't turn it off.
I will say, it's it's super interesting, but it's too much.
Well, I think this is the thing. I think that the confines of where he is make it feel like too much. Because think about it this way. There's nothing else on TNA. There is no other reason why you're watching TNA. But if you put him in if you put them in the WWE with the Undertaker kind of thing, where they can just show up wherever the fuck they want to, and it'll spike ratings every time, and let them run their character, because Undertaker runs his own character. It's like, I want to fight this guy, and it's actually been reported recently, not last month or so. He knows his time is coming to an end, so he wants to put over Roman Reigns. So we may see the final match Undertaker ever wrestles is going to be this year against Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns is going to go over. And Undertaker's one of those old school kind of guys where if he's putting somebody over, that means he's going to go down, he's going to take the pin. And no. If Roman and see, I guess this is
as much as I do like Roman Reigns, I don't want to see that match, and I don't want to have that be the Undertaker's last match.
There's two candidates that I believe should be at the front of the line, three people front of the line, well before Roman Reigns. Finn Balor. The reason I say Finn Balor is because he's a younger guy. He just had a bum deal from the very start. He had so much potential. He was going to run with the Universal title, give it some prestige, give Raw some life. And when he went down, the entire ship went down. They haven't done a fucking thing since.
Plus, I do love that whole demon.
The demon, and I don't think he should have come out. Even at SummerSlam, I don't think he should have come out as the Demon. I think he should have come out as Finn Balor. I think he shouldn't have run with it at that pay-per-view. I think it should have maybe been Survivor Series after losing to Seth Rollins at SummerSlam. Just, okay, I was chasing, I went as me, but fuck you, I'm going to go get the Demon, and the Demon's going to whoop your ass. And even Sami Zayn put that gimmick over really well. He's like, listen, you weren't there when Finn was there. If he's getting the Demon, you need to be scared. And that was his thing. And it was amazing. Second person who needs to go over before Roman Reigns, AJ Styles. His year this year, with the way that he's carried SmackDown as a champion, and really made you realize why they spent the money to go out and get him and give him what they gave him. He's earned it, every bit of it. And I wanted an AJ Styles versus The Undertaker match is one of those matches you dream about. It's like, that would be so cool to see. And even if they planned it where he didn't win, it would still be a 5-star match, I think. Because I think that AJ could carry enough of the match that The Undertaker wouldn't have to work that hard, because that's the other half you have to consider when you're taking into account a modern day Undertaker match. Can that other person do enough to make it legitimate that, okay, yeah, they're both working hard? Because Shane tried hard. His training was no joke, and they let him go, and he went. And I firmly believe they should have just let him have the table spot. They should have let him have the pin. Because he's already broken the streak. The streak is over. There's nothing else for him. Just screw it, Let him become a normal person that can be beat, not this mythical beast. And the third one is actually kind of predictable, because they were talking heavily about it. It's John Cena. I think that
didn't they already do?
No. John Cena has never faced The Undertaker. Ever. But here's the thing. To reward Cena for the years they forced him to continue being this face, when I am pretty sure that even, being the Make-A-Wish guy, having that honor that so many people would want to talk to you, so many people like you, so many people look up to you, that you want to do something different, you know? You want to break out of that mold. It's a stagnation.
Yeah, I'll agree. I mean, when John Cena first came out, he was a prick.
Oh yeah, no.
And
Thugonomics Cena. I watched the 2000 WrestleMania 20. It was great.
Like, I mean,
I'm like, I like this John Cena.
I thought that he was stupid, but at
yeah.
the same time, I loved it because he would come out doing, you know, every day, every match he came out, he would come out and he would
cut this rap promo.
Yeah, he would do this little rap promo and just fucking insult the shit out of whoever he was fighting.
To wrestle, yeah.
And then, I'm not gonna lie, when he dropped the album, I bought it.
I didn't know he had an album.
Yeah, he has an album.
I may have to go steal that.
It's honestly
solid
not
gold.
that bad.
I was gonna say, is it
Like,
solid gold? Like I can laugh my ass off at this, please.
It's better than Lil Wayne.
Oh,
But then again, that's not saying much.
shots fucking fired. But no, I think.
And then Brock Lesnar came in and fucked him up with the F5. And when he came back, he had the FU, which eventually, once that whole Attitude Era was phased out, they changed it to the Attitude Adjustment.
And now they just call it
because
the
it became more family friendly.
Yeah, they're in the PG era, which is why only certain superstars can get away with certain things, and all of those superstars are Hall of Fame legends that you can't, like Ric Flair can come out and bleed buckets on the crowd, and drop the F-bomb, say just the most ridiculous things, and they're not going to stop him.
Yeah.
Because he's Ric Flair. How do you stop Ric Flair? You don't. You just let him go.
You can't.
You let him run out of steam. That's how you stop Ric Flair.
And I mean, The Undertaker, if he comes out and he starts talking, you're not going to stop him.
No matter how stupid he sounds.
Yeah.
God, no, we're not going to go back to the 29 holes for 29 souls thing. That was just ridiculous. He actually said that. I'm digging 29 holes for 29 souls. Oh. And he fucking did that. That was what he said right there. He did that stupid ass little growl at the end. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong? Oh, some shit like that. It's like, what the fuck is wrong, dude? Stop.
Some sort of fucking zombie.
Oh shit, we gotta stop Zombie Taker before he comes back as the American Badass again.
Hey, I like that phase.
I loved the Harley. That's what I loved about it. The last ride is a damn good move. It really is.
I mean, it's just a power bomb, but it's still.
Awesome. Who had it? Kota Ibushi's sit-out power bomb. That Shining Star power bomb that he does. I want somebody to have that. Somebody important. He basically.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
You're gonna go out there and make that move happen on WWE for us.
Yeah, I got you.
What he does is, to illustrate it, he gets the person like the last ride, gets them up in the power bomb position, and when he pulls them out, he does a full sit-out power bomb. So when he slams you down, he's sitting down with you. And then he uses his ankles.
Isn't that kind of how the Batista bomb?
No, Batista and The Undertaker both stayed standing up, I believe. I think Batista...
And I'm pretty sure the pop-up power bomb...
Because the way he did it, he would just... And then he would bend at the waist. He'd throw it all the way down. Undertaker just drops you. He just like, oh, fuck you. You're done. Sit down, cross the arms. Done.
No, that's what the tombstone.
Oh yeah, that's right. But still, he fucking said the pop-up powerbomb is a sit-out powerbomb. I think. I'm pretty sure. But it's still a sit-out powerbomb.
Speaking of Undertaker, one other superstar that I would love to see fight Undertaker? Goldberg. I mean, well, I know in the current state it wouldn't be all that great, but back in the day, back in the WCW,
I was going to say, if we're dream booking,
like
the original
WCW,
185-0 Goldberg versus the 21-0 WrestleMania streak Taker.
I mean,
fine.
That would have been a hell of a match. And I also would have loved to have seen Goldberg versus Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Goldberg versus Stone Cold Steve Austin, I don't know if it's out there, but I think it might be. Like, they might have had a early match in their early career.
If they did, it was like stunning Steve Austin. Or,
yeah, I don't doubt it.
Or one of those...
How about Brock Lesnar versus AJ Styles, versus Shinsuke Nakamura, which has happened, as many, many, many people on the internet point out. Yeah, and Shinsuke beat him.
I don't even know that.
Shinsuke Nakamura is the current king of strong style. He was the NXT champion up until...
I don't pay attention to NXT at all.
There's some good characters in there.
Like, I know that there's a bunch of awesome talent there. I haven't looked.
I'll say this. Currently, for every one terrible talent that's trying to build.
Well, that's good. I know that's like
Bobby Roode,
Triple H's little baby, though.
Oh yeah, he's developing the next generation, and that's great. So you got, I can probably name about 5.
Are we going to call it Generation X?
No.
And then name them all degenerates?
No, we are not. We are not going to do that.
So there could be Degeneration X.
I knew you were going there. I kept trying to stop you, and you didn't want to stop.
There's no stopping me.
There are no brakes on the rape train. But Shinsuke Nakamura, Bobby Roode. Oh God, his gimmick is simple. He is glorious. Glorious! And people singing along with his theme song is just great. Asuka, the Empress of Tomorrow. She's not lost since she ever started wrestling in WWE, and she's been there for the better part of a year and a half, and she's the women's champion.
That's good.
Let's see, if I had to name another great one, I would say Ty Dillinger.
My ass.
Nope. You're not in NXT. Bitch, I might be. Cut you off at the pass. I do. I watch that stuff.
No.
I do, actually. But no, Ty Dillinger, his gimmick is one of the simplest gimmicks on the planet. He's the perfect 10. And every time there's a like a count out or a ring count, like they're both down, the crowds chant 10. So 10, 10, 10, 10. He actually came in at number 10 in the Royal Rumble this year, and was super over. And he was in there for a while. But back to Fastlane. We're going to see, and speaking of the Royal Rumble and things that happened in it, Ty Dillinger, Sami Zayn, and Chris Jericho all tried to eliminate Braun Strowman, who's going to face Roman Reigns and get buried. Because there's no way... I mean, he's the monster among men. And personally, the way I think that they're going to write it is that either he gets disqualified because they did that typical thing WWE does before two guys face off in a match. They run into each other either during a match or after a match, and it was actually after a match. Reigns hit him with 3 Superman punches, and he barely went down to one knee.
Yeah.
So, hit him with the first one, kind of staggered. Hit him with the second one, kind of, whoa, hit the ropes. Third one, he's on one knee holding the rope. And then, Roman went for the spear and got that running power slam done to him by Braun. Because Braun is a freight train. He is a fucking just... hunk of man flesh, just boom.
He's not as big I've seen though.
They're
They've taken bigger hits than that, and
dude, no, the way because you may be remembering him from when he was with the Wyatts, and he was.
No, I mean just in general. I've seen bigger people take bigger hits.
No, yeah, I mean, Brock Lesnar is absolutely one of them.
And
But,
it just didn't do anything. Why are you waving at me?
But we've got.
Is it 10?
It's 10 from 10.
Oh.
Okay, we'll finish this up real quick. Braun Strowman's going to lose. Personally, I want to see him align with Samoa Joe and Kevin Owens after with Triple H.
And starting up that new evolution you were talking about.
Yep. And then, thank you for referencing a movie. Referencing my channel. That's awesome. I don't get that. Because I keep blasting this out on social media. Please share it around. I will do this. I'm whoring this thing out because I wanna.
Yes.
But top of the card, Kevin Owens versus Goldberg. Like you said, I made mention of the fact I want Kevin Owens and Samoa Joe to beat the ever-living shit out of him, roll him in the ring, and fail to capitalize after a 5-minute match. Because you could, at that point, a short match where he just gets caught off guard and starts slowly losing in the match and then loses is fine.
Because, I mean, honestly, I could see that happening. Samoa Joe and Kevin Owens beating the shit out of him, throwing him into the ring, Kevin Owens hopping into the ring. Ding, 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 match starts. Kevin Owens is cocky. He thinks he's got it in the bag. And then Goldberg, out of nowhere, spear, jackhammer, whatever, pins 1, 2, 3.
And here's the one thing I want to see. I want to see it play out like that, but there needs to be 2 spears. It needs to be on the same level as Brock Lesnar, as the Lesnar match.
Or honestly,
because
another thing I could see is Chris Jericho coming out and fucking over Kevin Owens.
No, like I said, the review that I did before when I found out about this match was I wanted them to go for 10 minutes, and Kevin starts out winning, but then there's a shift where he fucks up something, and then Goldberg fights back. Kevin Owens decides, you know what, screw this, I'm going to get counted out. I don't care. I'll retain my championship because fuck you. He rolls out of the ring on the side, not the ramp side, but on the crowd side. Walks around. Chris Jericho hops the barricade, throws him back in. He eats another spear, another jackhammer. That's it. Because that
my question is,
still furthers
would they make the referee count that as a disqualification for Chris Jericho interfering? No,
because what he did was he put the man back in the ring. It wasn't an aggressive action. It's aggressive actions apparently that get you disqualified. Like if you're in a match and I'm not supposed to be out there, and I come out there and I hit you, the other guy's disqualified. But if I come out there because you're down or something, and I get you back in the ring so you don't get counted out, that's not aggressive.
I don't know.
But yeah, I mean, think about it.
A lot of the roles keep changing, and it's
apparently WWE is coming out with a rule book. They're actually going to release the rules of WWE. It's going to be fucking amazing. I don't know if I'm gonna read it or listen to it on an audiobook or what have you.
I'll probably bootleg it.
Yeah, that wouldn't be
I'm going to
bad.
be totally honest with you. WWE has enough of my money.
Yeah, they absolutely do. They've had enough of my time. Anyway,
I mean, they've got my childhood too, so that's a thing.
It has been.
Kayla.
So, thank you for watching, everybody. Please
Was that the whole card?
Comment as it stands. Comment, subscribe, and we're going to try and do this again sometime. Maybe we'll actually have a little more time.
Yeah, and send us pictures of your tits.
I'm turning it off now.
Yeah, thank you.